Where US President Donald Trump has warned that he will impose high tariffs and further sanctions on Russia if Russian President Vladimir Putin fails to end the war in Ukraine. Donald Trump wrote on his social media platform, Truth Social, stating that by punishing to settle the war, he was doing Russia and its president a very big favor. Trump had previously said that he would negotiate a settlement to Russia's full-scale invasion launched in February of 2022 in a single day. Putin has said repeatedly that he is prepared to negotiate an end to the war, which first began in 2014, but that Ukraine would have to accept the reality of Russian territorial gains, which are currently about 20% of its land. He also refuses to allow Ukraine to join NATO. Brian on the telecast with me. Brian, if you could take our viewers through what it is that Donald Trump has said while he has, of course, threatened Russia and Vladimir Putin.
Well, Sabrina, yes, US President Donald Trump has issued a stern warning to Vladimir Putin, stating he would impose higher tariffs and additional sanctions on Russia if the ongoing war in Ukraine is not brought to an end. He even wrote on his social media platform and claimed that pushing for a settlement would be doing both Russia and its president a big favor. And even very importantly, Trump had previously asserted that he could resolve the conflict in a single day, reiterated his stance during a conference also where he mentioned he plans to speak with Putin, and also he escalated the rhetoric, posting that he's going to going to go to Russia, whose economy is falling, and the President Putin a big favor. And also says that Trump has also expressed confidence that this war, which he said would not have started under his presidency, could end quickly. And while Russia has yet to officially respond to Trump's remarks, UN Ambassador Dmitry Polensky also told that Moscow would need clarity on what Trump envisions in a peace deal before proceeding. And Putin has previously stated his willingness to negotiate, but insists that Ukraine must recognize Russian territorial gains also, which now account for 20% of Ukraine land, and abandon plans to join NATO.
All right, Brian, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast, sharing all those details with us. Meanwhile, joining us at this point of time is Mr. Sanjay Srivastav, international affairs expert. Thank you so much for taking our time and speaking to us on NewsX. Now, Donald Trump has made it abundantly clear that what he is doing right now is a big favor. And he's also, of course, told Vladimir Putin to end the war. Otherwise, there will be high tariffs and sanctions that are going to be coming his and the country's way. Do you think there's going to be a peace deal that could perhaps be chalked out very soon?
Well, a very good morning to you. Good morning to all the viewers. You know, Asafti, it's a very big change which has come in America's approach towards this entire Russia-Ukraine war. Thus far, when till the Biden administration was there, America was not willing to talk to Russia. Even Russia was not willing to go for any kind of talks with United States of America. Ukraine was obviously fighting this war. So, but with the ascendancy of Trump administration, a change has come. And now United States of America wants to have a dialogue with Russia, and President Trump is pressurizing President Putin to go for a deal and to have negotiations and end this what he calls quote unquote a ridiculous war which has been being fought for the last about 3 years, and this must end according to President Trump. And he's pushing it very hard now. And he also has gone on to say that if Russian President Putin does not go for a deal and does not end this war, then the United States of America will have no other option to put more sanctions, more tariffs on Russia, and it will be very disastrous for Russia in future. So I think President Putin, new President Trump is applying a lot of pressure, and in my assessment, this will lead to a kind of a dialogue between Russia and Ukraine. That is for sure, because the real nature of this Russia-Ukraine war is that this war is being fought indirectly between major powers. On one side, you have United States of America and NATO. On the other side, you have Russia, and the Ukrainian territory was being used as a battleground. And Ukraine could fight this war for about 3 years. It is precisely because of the support of the United States of America and NATO. So, but now, when these major powers are willing to talk, then I think there is a real possibility of talk, and I think it will begin sooner than later. And let's hope that happens. And if that happens, it will not only be a favor for Russia. Let me say, it will be a favor for the whole international community. And what President Trump is saying, that he will do a favor for Russia. But if you look at that, because of this war, Russia has lost a lot of their soldiers, a lot of their defense assets, and all sorts of adversities Russia has gone through. And Ukraine has been a kind of a distraught country at this point of time. So I think it is essential that this war must end. A lot of devastation has taken place. A lot of America's taxpayer money too has gone to Ukraine, and that's what also President Trump's interest is, that he does not want to give a lot of money more to Ukraine, and that is America's taxpayers' money. So I think this new approach, this distinct approach of President Trump will certainly lead to a dialogue. But I am not sure, Saudi, that it will lead to a peace deal. But ceasefire might certainly happen. And now it depends on what kind of approach Russia adopts. President Putin is, or President Trump is applying pressure. But thus far, the response of Russia is not yet clear, that what kind of a response Russia will make. But as I said, that since the major powers are now willing to talk, and they have changed their approach, then there is a possibility of a ceasefire. But these negotiations are going to be very, very tough. Whether questions are that whether Ukraine will accept that Russia should take permanently its 20% territory, whether Russia will accept that the rest of the Ukraine should go to NATO, these are big questions, and answer of these questions are not easy. So I think a peace deal, I do not know whether peace deal will happen, but because these negotiations are going to be very, very tough, but certainly dialogue will happen, and when the talks happen, the ceasefire will happen, and that will be a very big relief, not only for Russia, Russian soldiers, Ukrainian soldiers, and Russian people, Ukrainian people, but also the world international supply chains have also been disrupted, whether energy supply chains, food supply chains, fertilizer supply chains. The whole international community will have a sigh of relief when this ceasefire happens. So I think this kind of a dialogue will certainly happen, but negotiations will be difficult, and a peace deal, when it will happen, it is not yet certain. But yes, with this kind of a new approach of President Trump with regard to this Russia-Ukraine war, there is a strong possibility that there will be a dialogue between Russia and Ukraine, and the United States of America will push it, and there could be a ceasefire at least for the beginning, and that will be a very good development if that happens.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.